Hey guys, Jared with Two Office Solutions. I wanted to bring you a different kind of video today. A lot of people have been asking me about my truck here, and it's kind of a unique truck. So I wanted to show it to you, give you a quick tour of it, and show you what it's all about. So the truck itself is a 2021 Ram 3500, dual wheel in the rear. It has the high output Cummins diesel engine in it. I bought it brand new, going, what, 3.5 years ago now. And Yoda likes it. He likes to play ball. Here. So, got about 130,000 miles on it now so far. So, it's a lot of miles in 3 years. So, let's, I'll show you the back of it. Steel work body on the back. It's got the big side doors, big door in the back. And over here on the other side, same thing. All right, so this is the supply side of the truck. This is where I keep all of my supplies. I have 6 drawers here. They all pull out. I carry water for myself and Yoda for drinking, because I go through a lot of water, just trying to consume water throughout the day, especially in the hot weather. And I keep them full, but I go through it all. All different size shoes that I use. We got big ones. You can see how big it is compared to my hand. That's about the biggest size I carry. We do have bigger ones, but that's the biggest one I carry. Those are all front shoes. These are all hind patterned shoes here. And everything else is just excess supplies. I have different rasps right here, spare nails, consumables that I use. So I got more extra nails in here, copper sulfate. I have a torch, more nails. You know, just some medical stuff. Hey, we're trying to talk here. We're trying to talk. Goober. Duct tape. I don't even know what's up in this side. Just extra stuff. So that is that side of the truck there. And back there behind the water, I have a Pelican case for in case I get stuck out in the road. There's some MREs in there, some foods, change of clothes. Way in the back there's a raincoat. Just general survival type stuff. So that's my forge, and we'll show you how I set all this up here. All right, so here's the back of the truck. All that stuff comes out. I have my shoeing box, a bucket for water, and a bucket for garbage, different hoof stands, my anvil stand, my apron. And then underneath here, I have my anvil. So I'll show you how this gets set up. So I can just pull this out. everything gets set up like that, that gets slid back into there. And then I have a cord reel that I plug into whatever location I'm at, whatever barn I'm at. I just plug into their electric. Just like so. And this is the apron that I wear. This is pretty much the only PPE that I wear. This goes around and I wear it like that, and straps go around my leg. And as you can see, it's getting a little worn out. So then my forge, it swings out like so. And it kind of gets locked in place there. And that's how I light the forge. So you grab an old shoe here. It's an old shoe. We're gonna put it in the forge. We'll see how long it takes it to get hot. So I just started it there, so. It gets a little warm in there. Constantly. So here's all my hand tools here. Let's see if I can set this up. All right, so here's all my hand tools. My hammer. This is a $200 hammer. They don't make them anymore. I'm very, very particular about it. Different types of tools to work on the shoes with. Hey, I'm trying to talk. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking. You know, these are for punching nail holes. These are different pritchels and back punches. Different size tongs to hold different thicknesses of steel and shoes. Got my fullers and pritchels, and got a pair of heavy-duty shears, more hammers. Yoda, hey. Crazy. So over here, I have a drill that I use for sanding down the outside of the foot with. It has an air bladder inside that holds the sandpaper on the outside. So this here is the nails that I use the most common. They have different size nails. This would be, I use mostly Liberty nails. It's just a brand. And there's the LX55s, is what they call it. And I buy all the way up to size 70s. They make bigger ones, but size 70 is about the biggest I use. This is a 70, and this is a 55. And you can kind of see the difference in size there. And even just the thickness of it, it's a little different too. different size nails fit into different size shoes. Let's see, I got some real small ones here. You know, once in a while I have a horse that has a real small, thin-walled foot, so I'll use these Delta race nails. These are what you call drive-in studs. It's a little carbide tip, surrounded by just regular metal, and I drill a hole in the heel of a shoe, and then I drive those down into it, and it stays in there. And what that does is it provides, friction between the shoe and the ground. Just extra supplies, gloves. This time of year I wear real thin pair of gloves, extra knives. I have some finish rasps in here. This drawer is more supplies. This is hoof packing that I use. I make this up myself, and I use that between a pad. I put pads on the shoes that go between the shoe and the foot. This is just more supplies to make that hoof packing with. Needed some turpentine and copper sulfate crystal powder. Let's see, this is oakum. That's what I make that hoof packing out of. Gloves, because it's gooey and nasty. And then those are my acrylics. We use a lot of 2-part epoxies and glue-on type stuff. So I do have an air compressor in the truck, so it's mostly for blowing out the dust and the dirt. Go over to the other side here. This is where all the power tools are. And don't mind the mess. I have not had a chance to clean this out. So there's the other side of the hand tools. I have a bench grinder here, which has a wire wheel on one side, and it has a rubber wheel on the other. And this is for sharpening my knives. Hey, we're not playing right now. This is another bench grinder. It's a 1/2 horsepower, 3,600 RPM. It spins up pretty quick. I've got a bandsaw right here, hand grinder, and everything's kind of thrown into the back here right now. But I have a light stand, there's the air compressor, I have 2 drill presses, propane tanks. Watch out, bud. Watch out. Hey. Hey, get back. So I have this apron that goes on the side of here, and it just protects the side of the body. So all of these just, they pull out like so. Probably don't need my fan in here right now, so I could leave that out of the truck. So it all pulls out like so. I see a little bit better that way. Let's see here. Little hand drill. This is an impact drill I use for drilling and tapping shoes. I have a bunch of stuff in here, machining type stuff, drill bits, you know, spare parts. A little bench vise here. That goes there. You know, I have 2 drill presses. It's nice because to have 2, that way I don't have to switch drill bits constantly. There's 3 main types of drill bits that I use. I use a small one, about 1/8 of an inch. That one there is 17/64. And then I have another drill bit type that I use. That's a countersink bit, and that's a 5/16 countersink bit. So that's for drilling and tapping shoes. That goes into the impact drill. Let's see here, different cutoff blades for my grinder, my hand grinder, grinding wheels, sanding discs for my grinder, spare drill bits. It gets pretty dirty. So there's my welder, just a little 110 MIG welder, wire fed, flux core wire fed MIG welder, which I'm actually probably going to use here in a little bit. So maybe I can take you guys along. Just junk here, all this stuff just needs to be cleaned out. This is a buffing compound for my knives. I use it on this. This is a felt wheel. So I put a real sharp edge. I can get a razor sharp edge on my hoof knives. You know, I can rough it out on the rubber wheel on this grinder, and then I come over here to the felt wheel. So let's see here. And my 3 propane tanks, these are empty. I need to get those refilled. A little something on the propane tank here. That's the regulator for it. So I usually run the forge right around that 12-13 PSI mark whenever it's flowing. It'll be around 15 at static pressure. These are those pads I was telling you about that I put on the shoes. You know, I rivet those onto the bottom of the shoe. So that's it in a nutshell. Let's go check our shoe out here. Yep, nice and hot. Gotta melt the camera lens. Let's it'll definitely warm your fingers up in the winter time. But that's the shoe there. That's probably right around, I'm gonna say 1,300 degrees or so. And then I'll bring it over here to the Anvil. My fancy hammer here. And I can change the shape of the shoe. If this was a new shoe, I would be shaping this to the shape of that particular foot that I was working on that day, or at that moment. All right, so my anvil that's under here that I just put away. The anvil itself weighs 105 pounds. And the anvil stand is the top piece is wood and the bottom, the legs are aluminum, but it probably weighs around 45, maybe 50 pounds. So it's a bunch of plywood that's sandwiched all together. So it's not heavy or not light stuff. It's rather heavy, especially when you're moving it around every day. So as you can see, everything has its place. It's my garbage bucket, and then my quench bucket with water, and that just goes up in there. And my cord reel just goes back in there. And I always put my apron away. Like I said, we have this apron here to keep the sides of the truck clean. I probably didn't show you on the other truck, but I didn't have this apron for the other truck, and I should have had one made. But there's big streaks down the side from the grinding wheel, just throwing crap down through there all the time. And that's it. This is garbage. And that was garbage. All right, guys. Well, that's my doomsday truck. That's my everyday work truck. It's just like any other contractor that's out there working has a specific trade. It just set up a little bit different. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be doing some more of these, I guess. Take care. Be safe.